Hey y'all, I want to come on real quick with a word for y'all today in regards to my last Bible study. I know I have an upcoming Bible study on Wednesday that I'm looking to deliver, and I'm excited about it. But I must clarify some things. As regard to the Herod situation, when Rome came in, you must remember that Rome came in and took over the entire area, the whole region, all the surrounding regions as well. Okay. And when they did this, they put their people in place to be charged of districts and to be charged of different tribes and different areas within the regions. Israel was no different. Okay. I'm speaking to Israel in detail because I'm reading from the Judeo-Christian Bible, and I'm speaking to Israel's walk throughout the entire book of the Bible. But Rome had done this throughout the entire African continent, all throughout the Middle East and the Mediterranean and many other places. Even the Canaanite region, which is part of the African continent, and all points in between. So when you see Herod in place, you guys, I misspoke and said that Herod was of the Hebrew lineage or a Jew or a child of Israel. He is not. Herod is an Edomite. So these same Edomites are the Edomites that David interacted with when he ran from Saul, that Edomite that went back and told Saul that he saw David. And then all of the things snowballed from that point. The same Edomites that had such interactions with Judah. So the Edomites have been an enemy of Israel for a very long time. And all the children knew this. So when Herod became king over Israel, which was unheard of because all the kings of Israel were appointed either through the line of prophets or through the children, the bloodline. For Herod to be put in place as king of Israel was a blasphemous thing. It was something that the children would have revolted for. They would have been definitely resentful about it and upset, highly upset, because Herod was an Edomite. And this was unheard of, to have an Edomite as your king, an Edomite over you, dictating to you what you do daily. All of this stuff is spiritually bound. Remember this. Every political ideology was surrounding spirituality. If you were going to be put into office, if you were ascending in being successful in politics, you were successful because of the God that you served. It was about spirituality. You got to remember this. Nowadays, we equate stuff to material gain and all of this other stuff that we've put in the process. All these different things. Back then it was just spirituality. It was the God that you represented. What house are you from? That's why you have all these different houses going on amongst the children. It was a spiritual system. Everything was spirituality. Everything was spiritually based. So when Herod became king of Israel, it was unheard of. These children were very upset about it. So they're already feeling as if they've been confined, restricted. They lost religious freedom in a sense, but got it back. But in the activities of getting it back, they got put in charge of them, an Edomite, which God himself would never have allowed, nor any of their forefathers, Moses, Joshua, any of the kings that were Hezekiah, any of them, none of them would have agreed to this. So they're basically spiritually bound up. And then those above them that do the offering, the Pharisees and the Sadducees and all these people, none of which, most of them are not Hebrew. And even if they are, they're not acting in the totality of their faith. They have allowed themselves to be compromised for money, for the possession of creations. This is what's going on here. I had to come and straighten that out, because I did say Herod was a Hebrew, a child of Israel, and he was not. He was an Edomite. So this is to give you a fundamental feel of how these children are feeling amongst the political climate Okay, so that when we go into the Bible study, we're going into it with our eyes open. We're not blind. We're not ignorant. We're walking in this thing in truth and in power, and we know what's going on, and we can then put ourselves in the place of all of these people so that we can get the most out of the scripture, because that's the only way you're going to do it. You sitting up here reading this thing like it's a fictional novel or some kind of thing outside of you is not going to cut the mustard for you. You're just going to get the surface level stuff. But if you can empathize with these people and you can see yourself, you will know that you will get the most out of the content, is what I'm saying. Okay, so I just wanted to say that to you. Looking forward to bringing a thought-provoking Bible study forward, and have a blessed day. Peace and love.